losing $340 trading Citi. What's going on, guys? Welcome on into the recap. I just sat down now here for a second, and I realized that we had taken a loss today on a recent swing trade that I, technically speaking, didn't get in on the day that I wanted to, or that I should have gotten in. I wasn't aware of it until I did a scan this weekend, because I've honestly been slacking on the scans to kind of keep up with the market, because I've kind of been just going off what I've been seeing, and haven't been looking any deeper. So I looked a little bit deeper this weekend, and we got Citigroup here that just didn't work. So here it is. I just went over this in my head, and I said everything that I had done would do again, and I would do it 100 times over. This situation just didn't pan out. So it's down 2.8 on the day. You can kind of see how we entered around this green line, and then it's just kind of boop. The day that I should have entered was on the breaking candle, which was last Friday. It's now Thursday. I ended up getting in on Tuesday. Market was closed Monday. I got in on Tuesday, right around, not at the open, believe it or not, because on Tuesday we did have a little bit of a push down. Let me see if I can go in a little bit, zoom this in. We had a push down at the open right here. And what I wanted to see was really what I was looking for was if Citi pulled back, for it to kind of build a higher low and then start to push back up, and then I would get in. And that's what I did. So I got in, and it would have been pretty close to where I would have gotten in if I got in the first day anyway. Maybe I would have gotten in like a little bit lower, to be honest, but like not the end of the world. I had just adjusted my targets based off of that. And so what ends up happening was we had a really good close on Tuesday right up against the highs of Friday. I'm like, oh, this looks great. We had the volume coming in. Like, it was great. Seriously, it was good. It just broke out great. We just kind of had that initial push, didn't get the follow through, and then boop, had a nice red day in the market today, and she just kind of fell off. If you could dive into what the S&P is up to today, not terrible. Like, in the grand scheme, totally fine, big picture, just not going to work for that specific trade. In the grand scheme too, S&P kind of looked like it was in breakout mode. I was like, okay, well, the S&P looks quite bullish for now. It could change. Anything could happen. So you had the S&P kind of on your side, moving in your direction. You had Citi with the setup I take all the time. And then the follow through just wasn't there. So that's it. Nothing too crazy about it, to be honest. Other than that, if I go back in here, it was taken on the 1 day time frame. So a swing trade on that. Based on the stats for the month, I have one open position as I speak right now, but the position is currently set to a stop loss at break even. So I can't lose in theory. I guess overnight gap down risk is there, but in theory, shouldn't lose any money on that trade if it does stop me out break even, or it'll go to the target. The problem is they have earnings on that company in March, early March. So I'm giving myself until Friday of next week. If it does not hit target by Friday of next week or hit my break even stop, I'm just going to get out of it, whatever the price is. So we'll see what happens there. But overall, not a lot of trades this month because of the trade copier. So it's like doubling everything. 50% win rate, just about. Average win-loss, not really that good. That's not good at all. Technically, it's profitable with this win rate, but yeah, not really good. But that's also because you have a small sample size. So, that's really the deal. Yeah, not much else to say. I mean, you're kind of like, we're kind of in this limbo. If I look at the S&P, like, we're kind of in this limbo where, like, it really has been for the most, really, second half of, last bit of January, and then last week of January, and now so far most of February, not much has happened. I mean, you've had some, I shouldn't say that. Like, we've had big days. Like, a lot has happened, technically speaking, in terms of volatility, but like, look at where we are. Like, we haven't really moved out of this range. Like, it's not very clear. You could say as of late, the trend's up, yes, but as you're seeing, some of these long situations are not looking great. So not like, if I look at across a lot of large caps, they don't look super, super strong. Not, some of them do, some of them don't. It's like, not a lot of consistency, not a lot of like, oh my God, it's completely, bull. But at the same time, I've seen it myself, not the time for momentum shorts either. I'm sure you can find stuff if you really, really look, and there's very small windows, but the windows are very, very small. And I prefer to look for a large window, not a small window. But that's just me, and kind of knowing myself and what I do. So That's the recap. I'll leave a link below to TradeZelle. Like always, they just implemented or they just, revamped their back testing side of TradeZella. Highly recommend checking it out. Code TC10 saves you 10%. If you're ever interested and in the ballpark or in the market for a place to journal and track all your trades. I like it. I use it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.